Hi guys, welcome back to Kim's class. Today's lesson is going to focus on the how and why the word and often turns into n. Let's go ahead and look at today's objectives. The first objective says, I know the difference between teacher talk, which is what you're hearing now, and street talk, which is what you hear when you go to work or anytime outside of the classroom. Our next objective says, I understand why the word and turns into n and how it's used. Now remember, for the practice exercises, I'm going to be using example phrases from the idiom lesson on vacation. Don't worry if you don't understand the idioms or slangs that I use. You can go watch that video later. So let's go ahead and look at the rules and how all this works. So let's look at some rules of the how and the why we use the word and how it turns into the sound n. The rule says that when the word and connects two words, it's pronounced n. Let's look at some examples. I think it will be easier to understand. Before I start, remember that some of these phrases here, the ones that are underlined in green, are from a previous lesson about idioms and slang used to talk about a vacation. If you don't understand what these phrases mean, you can go back to that lesson and watch some idiom practice. But for now, let's look at some examples of teacher talk and street talk using the word and. So the teacher talk here says, John and Jane are going to hang out. Easy to understand, but it's teacher talk. It's not what you hear. What you actually hear is, John and Jane are going to hang out. Did you hear the difference? John and Jane, teacher talk, but what you hear, John and Jane. Let's look at another example. In this sentence, it says, hotels and restaurants are booked solid. Teacher talk. It's not what you hear. What you actually hear is, hotels and restaurants are booked solid. Did you hear that? Hotels and restaurants, teacher talk, or hotels and restaurants, street talk. Here's another example. Let's grab a bite to eat and hit the town. What you hear is, let's grab a bite and hit the town. A little bit different. Let's listen for it again. Grab a bite and hit the town. Grab a bite and hit the town. Our last example says, I'm going to soak up some sun and take a dip at the pool. Teacher talk. What you actually hear sounds like this. I'm going to soak up some sun and take a dip in the pool. A little bit different. This is how teacher talk sounds different than street talk when you're using the word and. Let's go ahead and look at our objectives and see what we've learned. So, do you know the difference between teacher talk and street talk? I think you do. Do you understand why the word and turns into the sound n when used in a sentence? I think you've got that too. So, that's the end of today's lesson. Thank you for coming to Kim's class, and thank you for letting me come with you on this journey to learn English. Goodbye for now. I hope to see you soon.